Today is the appearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. That is the Guru, spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, founder of ISKCON. Now I want to start this narration by a story. Once in ISKCON Mayapur, a person came with a magazine and he said that I am taking care of Advaita Acharya's Bhavan in Shantipur, one place, Mayapur. And one old man used to come long time ago. He was wearing white, elderly man, and he will just come and chant silently and sit. And he'll be very much absorbed in chanting. I didn't speak with him. He used to come again and again. Then I didn't see him. Then after some time I saw him wearing saffron color, red color. And he came and he was chanting and crying and crying and crying and crying and chanting. Then when I asked him, why are you crying? Who are you? He said, my name is A.C. Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And I have been given a task by my Guru, which I cannot do. I don't know how to do it. Then he asked, what did he say? He said, he told me to spread this movement, Krishna consciousness movement in the West. I don't know how I am going to do it. So that's why, he was crying. So then he left. Then he said, this Pujari was speaking in Mayapur, ISKCON Mayapur. He asked to see someone in authority and he was telling him this story. He said, and then after some time, I started seeing so many Western Vaishnavas coming and so many people with tilak, tulasi mala and kanti mala, japa mala. Then I understood this movement is spreading very far, even out of India. And then I was thinking, could it be that that person was successful? Then one day, I saw one of them holding a magazine. On there was the face of this person I saw. So he said, now I've come here to tell you about him. This person, he is greatly empowered. He was coming here at my temple, at Shantipur, Advaita Bhavan. And now I'm seeing that he spread all this. So I'm very happy for him. Where is he now? They say that he is no longer there. So Srila Prabhupada, he made a huge impact in the religious and cultural scene of the West, in UK, US, practically the Western world. He changed the whole scene. What their perception of religion is, culture, philosophy, so much of these values from the Vedic paradigm entered into their philosophy. And there have been so many side benefits. Actually, even we cannot tell the impact of Srila Prabhupada's teaching. We are seeing it gradually. So when Srila Prabhupada arrived in America, we can understand his mood by a song he wrote. I tell you, it was a poem. It was later we are singing it like a bhajan. It was called Markin Bhagavad. So what was the name of it? Because there are two. Yeah, Markin Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma we understand. This is the Dharma which teaches us how we, Jeev, can awaken our relation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. How we can awaken that love and devotion, that is Bhagavad Dharma. But this is Markin. What is Markin? Markin. American. American Bhagavad Dharma. It is a corruption of the word. American. Now how will... So anyway, Bhagavad Dharma. Now this, what he wrote, we can just understand the mood of Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada arrived in America, then he arrived in Boston. Where did he arrive first? Boston Harbor. Then they offloaded and did the visa, everything, got back on the ship and went to the other place where the ship will dock. But he already saw America, he walked there and he's thinking, oh my God, where have I come? What is this place? So that he was inspired that I came all the way here to deliver these people. Now I'm seeing them And this is my task. I have to spread Krishna consciousness here. Why did I come here? I cannot understand. So he wrote here, "My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul." This song is in Bengali, I am translating. "But I do not know why you have brought me here." He said, "You are very kind to me, but I can't understand why you brought me here. But you can do what you want with me." He was surrendered to Krishna. He said, "Oh, whatever you want, you can do with me. But I guess you have some business here, otherwise why did you bring me?" Then he's saying, most of the population here is covered by the material modes, by guna, tamogun, rajagun. They're heavily covered. Ignorance and passion, absorbed in material life. They think themselves very happy and satisfied. Therefore, they have no taste for transcendental message. I do not know how they will be able to understand it. Srila Prabhupada came with a bag full of Srimad Bhagavatam books. He came to teach Bhagavad Dharma. He came to change the civilization. He came with an aim. We saw one person, but behind him was the whole parampara. He came to change it. But he's saying, how are they going to change? And he's looking at them, these people, what will I speak to them? Just by seeing. But then he's saying, but I know your causeless mercy can make everything possible because you're expert mystic. Now, this is the difference between a normal person and someone with faith. By his common intelligence, whatever intelligence he had, of course, he was pretending to be like us, but he had super intelligence. He was a pure devotee. But he was just pretending like, I cannot understand how this plan is going to work. But Krishna, you are powerful. In 1 second, you can make this whole America into Krishna conscious democratic American Republic. In 1 second, he can just wipe out all the materialism. So he said, anyway, I have faith in you. Let's see what is the plan. He came just with one bag and 40 rupees. He's thinking that 40 rupees I'll change, I'll get American money. No one's going to take it. Basically, he didn't have any money. So anyway, he wrote this whole prayer. So our question is, this personality, Srila Prabhupada, who was working in Prayagraj as a pharmaceutical business, and previous to that he was in Gandhi's movement for Indian liberation. What made him come to America as a sannyasi, taking such a big risk? Even today, now we have smartphone, Google Map, everything, but no one's going to go alone and just land in America not knowing where I'm going to stay, what I'm going to do, unless he has no hope in life, But Prabhupada he came from a good family, everything. Why did he do this? This is our question. What inspired Prabhupada? This answer comes in Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita commentary. Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is titled Bhagavad Gita as it is. And there he has written in the preface that actually I have no credit that I came here and I wrote this Bhagavad Gita. People like this Bhagavad Gita. Actually now officially most widely read Bhagavad Gita is this Prabhupada's Gita. He said that actually personally I have no credit in this matter. It's only that I've tried to present Bhagavad Gita as it is without adulteration. He said my only credit is that I have written the commentary of Gita without putting my own personal message. Many people have done that. Now that spoiled the whole thing. No one can understand Bhagavad Gita. But he said, I simply allowed the actual meaning of what Krishna wants to communicate. So I don't have any credit in that. Then like further on, he said, but actually, still he's saying that still if I have any credit in this matter of coming here, preaching and bringing Bhagavad Gita and people, changing people's consciousness, then the credit will go to my guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada put he gave the reason for his success in every way to his Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura. He glorified him in many ways. Srila Prabhupada met his Guru first time in Kolkata. What year was that? He was 22. He was born, he appeared in 1896. Remember the date? It's sometime in the early 20th century, 1900s. 1922 maybe. Yeah, possible, because he appeared in 1896. At that time he was 26 years old. That time he was wearing khadi, follower of Gandhi for liberating. So he did not want to come and see this sadhu. His friend was telling him, come. No, he did not want. He said, I'm not coming. All these sadhus are fake. They are cheaters. No, this one is different. You come and see him. No, I don't. Then he was pulling him like that. Pulled him, and we went to that place where they met in Kolkata. Number 1, it's called Ulta Danga, Ulta Dingi. Before it was Ulta Dingi, Ulta Danga Road. Number 1, Ulta Danga Road in Kolkata. There's a house, and he went in that house. His Guru was seated there giving darshan. So Srila Prabhupada came to him and paid dandavat obeisance like that. Before he got up, his Guru told him, you look like an intelligent man. Why don't you spread this movement in the West? So then Prabhupada, he didn't get up even. Then he got up and dandavat. I'm meeting this personality. First time he gave me instruction, order to spread this movement. And what is the movement? He didn't know. He didn't know anything. Then he told him, Prabhupada told him, our country is under foreign power. Who's going to listen to our message? We first have to get these people out of here. And then he said, Bhaktisiddhanta said, that this message is very important. What you are seeing now, who is dominating, this is temporary. It will finish. Even these people are temporary, And later on, Prabhupada wrote somewhere that actually India ruled the whole world for millions of years. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Yug. All the Raj Rishis were there in Delhi, and sometimes in other parts of India, ruling the whole planet now only for a few thousand years. Foreign powers have come, but Prabhupada said that actually, his Guru said that this is most important mission. So Prabhupada was convinced. Prabhupada wanted to do benefit, so he was in this freedom movement. But he understood actually freedom means freedom of birth and death, coming free from Maya. This suffering condition of human society can only be removed when it comes and connects again to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in service. The human race, all living entities, Jeev Krishna Das, He Vishwa. Jiva Swarup Hoy, Nityara Krishna Das. The eternal Swarup, original position of the Jiva is eternal servant of Krishna. If they come back to that point, they'll be happy. And everything will be sorted out. Because they have gone away from God, there is suffering. So Prabhupada was convinced, and he was so inspired that immediately he could not do that. But he said later, that I could not do it that time. But he meditated on that instruction until he was 69 years old. That was 43 years. 43 years he meditated, how I'll do it, because Guru has given instruction. He only met his Guru 3 or 4 times. But he sat and heard. Srila Prabhupada, you can understand how much he was inspired by his Guru. How the power of a Vaishnava is, how he can transform someone, completely change them. So Srila Prabhupada became pure devotee. Actually, we understand from Shastra predictions of Prabhupada that he was a pure devotee, but he came like us and met his Guru and taking that position. But anyway, we see the example of Srila Prabhupada, that his Guru changed his whole being to become just a pure servant of Krishna, to dedicate his life. And we want to know what kind of personality is that, who could do this, who could produce such a personality to create a revolution. This revolution is not over, because Prabhupada left, there were 108 temples. Now there are 800. And now Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's line are in 70 countries in the world. ISKCON is spread in 70 countries. It's not declining, it's expanding very much. Books are being written. Places you never heard of, people are there, devotees are there. Anyway, in Africa there are so many countries. In Middle East, there of course there you have to find out. It's all underground. Then Far East, South America. So what Prabhupada started off is going on and on. What is the power of Prabhupada? Firstly, that he changed so many people. Second, even after leaving, he purified them so much, they are purifying others and creating a godly society. Whole communities have come up in Russia and America of Vaishnavas. Who could do this? Srila Prabhupada. But he is saying, it's my Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura, the Guru of Srila Prabhupada, we have information from him, from books written and his disciples and his followers. Prabhupada said about him that, what can I say? My Guru was a Vaikuntha man. He came from Vaikuntha to do a job and he finished it and went back. He did not come here like us, that he had karma to take birth and pay the karma and take birth and die. And he appeared in Jagannath Puri. And when he appeared, it was this day today, when he appeared there were many signs that this is not a normal personality. When he took birth, that umbilical cord was wrapped around like a Brahmin thread and it left a mark whole life. And as he was growing up, he was very sharply picking up, I don't know what age, 12 I think, that he memorized whole Bhagavad Gita, then slowly memorized and understood so much philosophy. And actually when he was 3 months, you know how big is a 3-month-old child? This much, something like that. At 3 months, the Rath Yatra was coming from the temple to Gundicha. Then it stopped outside his house. It could not move. They were pushing, trying so many things. 3 days it stayed there. So then his father is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, another great Acharya. His father, his mother actually took the child, and his mother came up because Bhaktisiddhanta's father was in charge of Puri temple and he was the chief magistrate of that place. So having that stature, she could come. So she came up on the Rath. She thought, let me touch this baby's head on the feet of Jagannath. So she went like that, and then small 3-month baby touched the feet of Jagannath, and then the garland of Jagannath fell on the baby. So there were many signs that this personality is, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his father, had actually prayed. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote that he had a dream once. In the dream, well, it was not a dream. It was actually Jagannath came in the dream and told him, I brought you to Jagannath Puri not to execute legal matters because he was a chief magistrate. I brought you to teach the pure love of Krishna. Then he said to Jagannath, I'm an old man, you have to send someone of your personal associates to help me. I'm not able to do it on my own. So when Bhaktisiddhanta appeared, his name was Bimala Prasad. So when he came, Bhaktivinoda Thakur could understand this is the personality. So he trained him very carefully in all different fields so that he could do that. In Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura, Srila Prabhupada, what did he see? Srila Prabhupada had a mind to do some big change. Therefore he joined the Gandhi movement. Okay, that is good, that is on political level, but higher than that political is social, higher than that is spiritual, beyond the mundane vision of this world. Because whatever we see in this world, it's temporary. We may see this government, that government, this culture, that this is all going to finish, but soul is eternal. We are going to take birth again. So we have to benefit the soul. How you benefit the soul? We have to teach the soul, us, what is your eternal duty? What is your Sanatan Dharma? That is, Jivera Sarup Hoy Nityara Krishna Das. Regarding the birth, I mean this family, this country, this religion, that does not matter. Every soul is a servant of Krishna. But because he forgot that, Now he's suffering. Vishnu Puran says, Yaya Kshetragya sa Veshtita Nirpa Sarvagya Samsara Tapana Kilan Avapnoti Atra Santatan. There in Vishnu Puran is written, Kshetragya. Kshetragya means the Atma. Yaya Kshetragya sa Veshtita Nirpa Sarvagya. He is capable of going anywhere, this Jeev. But Samsara Tapana Kilan Avapnoti Atra Santatan. But now he's covered by Maya. So he's thinking, I'm this body. Because of ahankar, of wrong identity, he's remaining in this world, he forgot his spiritual nature. Now he's suffering very much in this material world, but he's not a material product. He's a spiritual product. He's a spiritual being. He can never be happy here. But he cannot move, he cannot go, because he's thinking, I'm this body, I cannot, this is my home, this is my duty. But actually he is a Jeev, soul, who's taking birth again and again in this body. So the greatest welfare work, the greatest benefit you can do is to teach the Atma, your duty is to serve Krishna. Awaken his Krishna consciousness, such that he will not take birth again, he will get more liberation, mukti. Mukti means hitva nitharupam sarupena vyavastita. He gives up this body in the sukshma sharir, sthul sharir, gross body, subtle body, and goes back to Vaikuntha. This is the greatest help. Any other help you do cannot benefit. Feeding poor people, you will feed them. Tomorrow who will feed them? And next life who will feed them? What about giving blankets? What about giving free books, education? Now you're helping them in this life. You're helping them for a few years. We want to help them forever, for eternity. Stop the problem. Stop this body problem. Stop this material world. This is what Srila Prabhupada realized. That this personality, he can deliver the whole planet. He has that potency, he has the knowledge, he has the empowerment from God, from Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada surrendered to him. So we are speaking about such a personality who could change the course of someone's life like this and effect a change, because Prabhupada said it clearly, that whatever credit I have is because of him. According to Shastra we understand that whatever the Shishya knowledge and capability he gets is from the Guru. He is empowered by the Guru. So Shri Guru is Sakshad Harit Vena, Samasta Shastra. Shri Guru is actually representative of Krishna. When we take Diksha, the Guru is representing Krishna. When Guru talks, Krishna talks, but not any Guru. Anyone can say, I am a Guru, this Guru, that Guru. No, you have to understand, he should be Pramanik Guru in the proper Sampradaya, and he should be practicing properly. At that stage, when we take Diksha, we can understand that Krishna is guiding through Shri Guru. So it's very understandable. In Vaishnava Siddhanta, we understand that whatever knowledge Shishya gets, whatever power, empowerment, ability he gets in the seva of Krishna is all coming from the Guru. So Srila Prabhupada was clear. Actually for us, we look to Srila Prabhupada as our Guru, as our inspiration, but we are repeating his words, that he said, my Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura, he gets the credit for this. Because of his mercy, I'm able to do this. And Prabhupada himself wrote in one purport in his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, when the Guru gives instruction, he'll give the potency to do it. Guru will give some adesh, some agya, order. How will we do it? He has given me an order. How will we do? But in that agya is the mercy to do it, the power to do it. But we have to come up and realize that and do it. So we understand that if Srila Prabhupada was such a great personality, we wonder what a personality is Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura. So Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura opened 64 mutts all over India. Those days, when India was still under British people are coming and hearing his lectures. And those days, he sent some of his disciples to London. They opened a center and they preached there and changed. That was when India was still under British rule. So even if you see his vision, his thought, he was follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaudiya Vaishnava. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Prithvityache yatha nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoi vimoranam. In this whole planet, whichever village and city is there, all will be, my name will be broadcast in all of them, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. So after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, gradually people were thinking, how will this happen? How is it possible? Because that time, this Gaudiya Vaishnava movement was only in Bengal. It was not even whole India. They said, how? They're saying it will go all over the world. How is this possible? Maybe we shouldn't take it in literal way, they were thinking. Maybe it meant something different. We cannot. Okay, then gradually it spread to other parts of India. And then Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura said, that day will come, he said. He was speaking in a program, and he had sent some of his disciples to preach in London because he wanted to realize the vision of this Gaudiya Vaishnava movement going all over the world. So he sent his disciples to London. And once there was a time, it's written in a biographical work of Bhaktisiddhanta, he was giving that lecture, speaking about preaching in the West, how this movement should spread in the West. At that time, some of his disciples who were in the West just arrived from London and they were standing. But he could understand, everyone could understand that they did not have a breakthrough. They were not able to fully achieve their purpose. But at that time when he saw them, he started speaking. And this narration now is narrated by someone who was sitting there. That person said that Prabhupada, in other words, Bhaktisiddhanta, when he was speaking, he said that even though now we are not able to realize his dream, he was looking at them. He turned and looked in the crowd at the people sitting. He said, I'm confident one day one of my followers is going to go and spread this movement in the West. And he spoke like that. Then he stopped speaking. He was just looking. So the person narrating this, his name was Jati Shekhar. Jati Shekhar was thinking, he stopped speaking. Why is he speaking? But he's looking. Where is he looking? They looked at his vision, turned around, and he saw Prabhupada. That time Prabhupada was a grahastha. No one took him seriously. They were very big preachers in Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur's movement. All sannyasis, brahmachari. Prabhupada was a grahastha. He had 4 children. He was working in a pharmacy. They thought he will not do anything. So he turned and he looked, and he's looking at Prabhupada. And what he just spoke, one day one of my disciples will spread this movement all over the West. Why is he looking at Prabhupada? They didn't connect it. So what we can understand is there was some divine plan even before that. That plan, hint is given in Bhagavad Gita. Which purport? Prabhupada reveals his connection to his Guru. He gave in chapter 6. Yeah, the one after that. Tatatam buddhi samyog. Yeah, that is. So we look at that. In this, what Prabhupada says, that is at the end. Atava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam etadi dulabataram yog loke janma idisham. Here Krishna is telling Arjuna that if someone is doing yoga, in other words, someone is doing bhakti, he could not succeed. So before this the verse says, he'll be born in either very rich family or very pious family, punyashali. And why is that? Because he achieved some perfection. So he'll be born in such a family and continue. But then Krishna says, but if he was a very advanced yogi, transcendentalist, then he'll be born in a family of transcendentalists, a spiritual family, who at birth they are doing bhakti, and from his young age they are teaching him and engaging him. So then Krishna says, etadhi durlabhataram loke janmayat idrisham. Certainly, such a birth is very rare, to get a birth like that, to be in a family where they're doing bhakti from beginning and teaching, and all the principles are being followed. They're doing puja. That is very rare. So Prabhupada writes, there are still families in India where birth after birth, they are producing acharyas, people advanced in bhakti. So he writes, it is certainly very fortunate to take birth in such families. Then Prabhupada writes, fortunately, both our spiritual master, means Prabhupada's spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj, and our humble self, Prabhupada said, me and my Guru had opportunity to take birth in such families. It was not a normal birth. We can understand they're great personalities. Then Prabhupada writes, by the grace of the Lord, and both of us were trained in devotional service of the Lord from the very beginning of our lives. Last sentence. Later on, we met by the order of the transcendental system. So in Prabhupada's writings, he gives a hint that actually he appeared for mission. And his Guru also appeared for mission. These are not normal personalities. Once the reporter was asking Prabhupada in America, so when did you become Krishna conscious? Yes, then Prabhupada didn't want to answer. He said, yeah, we are chanting and learning these things from beginning, and we try to develop. Then she repeated, when did you become Krishna conscious? When did you become self-realized? Again, Prabhupada said, everyone can become Krishna conscious. From young age, we have to simply absorb. Then she repeated third time. Then Prabhupada just looked at her and said, from the very beginning of my life, I was Krishna conscious. Can you understand that? Yes. From the very beginning. He didn't want to reveal. He came like us, just, showing us how we can practice. But from the beginning, Prabhupada, his father used to worship Radha Krishna Vigraha, and Prabhupada said, he'll wake up 3, 4 a.m. hearing sound, ding, 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 the bell, and he'll see his father worshipping from young age. He used to see that. Then he told his father, see, you're worshipping, I also want to. Then father brought him Radha Krishna, and he'll be worshipping with his sister. It's almost like joke, but children, but actually he was worshipping. Then he did Rath Yatra, he got a Rath, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, young age, and all the children, he brought them, they're pulling the Rath. Everyone was taking part from young age. So it's only what we understand. Such personalities don't come all the time. Once in a day of Brahma. For as long as back as we can remember, okay, we had personalities, Ramanuja, Madhvacharya, but Srila Prabhupada went to the West. And he's picking up people who are lost hope. What hope we have. So Srila Prabhupada and his Guru going up this parampara, we can understand. These are not normal personalities. They are worth taking shelter of. We have to take shelter of them. We have to take shelter of something, isn't it? Most people take shelter of their degree, or their money, or their fame, or their family. But this is what we call Atma Sanyesi Asat Swapi. Asat. Atma Sanyeshu Asat Swapi. These things, if you take shelter, they cannot help you at the time of death. At the time of death, we have to go somewhere. We may enter a dog body, we may enter a pig body. And at the time of death, when it has to be decided about our future, we cannot do anything. But if we take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and serve him, then Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes. By serving him, great service is done. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes. It opens the door to mukti, to liberation. That door is opened. So, if we in our life, we are going in the course of our life, somehow we found out about this personality, Srila Prabhupada, and his Guru, Bhaktisiddhanta, and we see what work they've done. It is in our interest to surrender to them, follow their teachings, see what message they have. Because How is a Vaishnava measured? There's a saying in Sanskrit, Phalena parichyate. A fruit can be known, a tree can be known from the fruit. It's a good fruit. Okay, this is a good tree. Take out the seed and plant and you'll get a good fruit. So, Srila Prabhupada, what he produced, we can see what he produced. Those who took shelter of him, they became empowered, they became bold, they got full of knowledge. They also went and purified whole lands. They purified whole countries. Literally, one person went and planted Krishna consciousness and grew a huge community. So, Phalena parichyate. By the result, we'll know the fruit. Now, disciples of Prabhupada. First of all, Prabhupada, he is fruit of Bhaktisiddhanta. And Srila Prabhupada's also disciples, Shishyas, great personalities. They also were, one was sent, he was turning the globe like that. They were 18, 19, 20 years old. He was spinning this country, you will go there. What is this country? You will go here, like that. All of you go to one country. No one knew where is the country, what is that country. But Prabhupada said, Krishna will help you. You do it. And they did it. For example, in East Africa, some 2-3 disciples of Prabhupada came, East Africa. Now, so many temples, so many devotees, and they are preaching and purifying. This is the power of the movement of Srila Prabhupada. So when these days come, appearance days, today is Avirbhav Tithi of Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakura. So we again remember what a great fortune that we came across. If you're walking on the road and you see a huge lump of gold, what will you do? You leave it and go. You will not say, no, I'll give it to the police and ask who lost it. No, everyone will take it. The thing is, if you're walking, you see something of value, it will benefit. You'll take it. So, we have no vision to see, but this is a thing of great value, greatest value. Because by this we will get the wealth of Goloka, we'll get the wealth of Vaikuntha, of Vishnu. This is the wealth we should aspire for. So somehow in our life we came across Srila Prabhupada, we came across his Guru. So it should be taken wholeheartedly. We should try to read his books. As Prabhupada said, if you want to know me, read my books. In one interview, Prabhupada landed in the airport, he was giving lecture, and the reporter was asking question. We have many recordings of Prabhupada, by the way. Srila Prabhupada, what will happen to the movement when you die? And Prabhupada, he answered that question. You know, if someone asks a question, then you will think, oh, what I'll say. Well, you know, but if you hear that recording, which is still available, Srila Prabhupada, what will happen to this movement when you die? Prabhupada immediately answered, not 1 second, not half-second gap. I'll never die, I will remain forever in my books. And if you want to associate, you read the books. Associate with me. Then all the devotees were happy. Prabhupada said that, and he repeated this again and again. They asked, Prabhupada, when you go, what will we do? Prabhupada said, if you read my books, I'll guide you from there. He said, I will not leave. I will be in my books. So, when we read Srila Prabhupada's books, we can associate with him. And Srila Prabhupada is representing the whole parampara. This parampara came from Krishna. Right from Krishna. Krishna, Brahma, Narad, Vyas, Madhava. It came down like this till Srila Prabhupada. So, Prabhupada's purports, his commentaries, Prabhupada said, what our senior have told us, it is a synthesis of the whole parampara in a way that we can take it, we can understand it. Srila Prabhupada put everything. His Guru wrote in a very high style, it would be very difficult for us to understand. But Srila Prabhupada was empowered that anybody have no knowledge, no clue about spiritual life, simply by reading his books, will understand. So it is a great benediction, and on days like this, appearance days, we again remember this benediction that we got, and we reaffirm that yes, we should take it, we are going to take it seriously and try our best to realize the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. It's compulsory for everyone to buy a book when you go. A small book they do with it.